The last thing he said. The hospital room smelled like antiseptic and something older, something metallic and sour beneath it. The monitors beside my father's bed blinked and hummed with artificial patience. Green lines rose and fell across the screen, pretending everything was fine, pretending he was still here. He had been in a coma for 9 days. 9 days of sitting in that stiff plastic chair. 9 days of listening to nurses whisper outside the door. 9 days of staring at his unmoving face, trying to remember the last normal thing he ever said to me. Lock the door before you sleep. That was it. I remember watching his chest rise and fall under the thin blanket, slow, mechanical, like it was being negotiated with death. Around 2:17 a.m., exhaustion finally dragged me under. I don't know how long I slept, but I know something woke me. Not a sound, a feeling, like being watched. My eyes opened slowly, the ceiling lights dim and flickering. The monitor was still beeping steadily. For a moment, everything looked the same. Then I realized the beeping had changed. It was faster, uneven. I turned my head toward the bed. My father was sitting upright. He had been completely paralyzed for days. Doctor said there was no brain activity that suggested a voluntary movement. But there he was, sitting. The blanket had slid down to his lap. His back was bent at an unnatural angle, as if he had folded himself upward without using his arms. His eyes were open, wide, not confused, not groggy, wide. They were locked onto me. They were blank. He didn't blink even once. His mouth hung slightly open, dry lips stretched tight. He was like a ghost. His skin looked grey under the fluorescent light, like a wax left too close to a flame, melting and withering. Dad? I whispered. The word felt wrong in my mouth. He tilted his head, slowly, too slowly, like something was. The monitor began to scream in sharp, erratic tones, and then he spoke. It wasn't his voice. It came out wet and layered, like multiple whispers stacked on top of each other. Door. His jaw jerked unnaturally with each syllable. His tongue twisted as if it didn't belong to him. I stood up so fast the chair scraped against the floor. Dad, stop. Please. His eyes widened further. I could see the veins, red and spidered. His pupils were too large. He leaned towards me. The ivy dripped out of his arm without him reacting. Without don't let it. His voice snapped back into his own form for just a fraction of a second. It was clear, terrified. Lock. The word cut off. His body stiffened violently. Every muscle locked. His mouth stretched open in a silent scream. The monitor flatlined. One long, unbroken tone filled the room. He collapsed back into the bed like a puppet whose strings had been cut. Dead. The nurses rushed in moments later, pushing me aside, shouting codes and numbers, but I wasn't watching them. I was staring at the door, the hospital room door. It was slightly open. I remembered closing it earlier. I always closed it. The hallway outside was dark, and for just a second, I thought I saw something move past the crack. Slow, patient, waiting. That was 3 years ago, but every night before I sleep, I make sure the door is closed.